Today I've got an old friend of mine who was originally on the show about 5 years ago. And since then, a lot has changed in his life, a lot of different tragedies, business things, building a big real estate portfolio. And today we're going to talk about overcoming adversity and how he's done it. And I've got none other than Chandler David Smith. What's up, man?
Hey, excited to be here, man.
Yeah, dude. You've got also my bald co-host, Brian Davila.
What up,
You
baby?
were here last time. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, dude. So we got on YouTube around the same time, met very early, and man, it was awesome to see. Real estate guy, door-to-door guy, sales guy. I remember you came in and like did some training for our team a long time ago. It was really cool. And I mean, since then, so much has changed in your life. Definitely family-wise, business-wise, all these different things. I don't even know where to begin with all of this, but I just want you to talk about like how life did change the last 5 years, because I think your story is really inspirational. And I know that like now you're on the other side of it and there's a happy ending, but there's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know where to start either, but I guess the last time I saw you, everything was going well. I'd crushed it in door to door. I was positioned really well. My sales teams were doing 40 million in sales. I had a incredible wife, 2 kids, and had invested in real estate. I think at the time I was 150 units, lots of passive income. I also think I hadn't really faced anything super hard. I have come to realize. And then at 30 years old, I got a call from my brother and he got cancer. And so I took a big break, stepped back, and was just wrecked. And 2 weeks later, my wife went in, had some weird stomach issues, got a colonoscopy, and she got diagnosed with cancer. And so my life really just turned into kind of a living hell, trying to figure out what to do, where to go. And so we went through chemo, we went through treatment. We thought we were good, and I had a lot of perspective that I came out of with that. And then 6 months after getting out of that and after taking some serious steps back from the business, my wife ended up getting a terminal diagnosis and the cancer had come back. And so, yeah, that's when, one thing I'll say, you were one of the first people that I reached out to. I was trying to connect with doctors and whatever I could. You're one of the people that was just incredible in helping me find connections and work through that. And we fought as hard as we could. And especially my wife was just phenomenal at being optimistic. Maddie was on another level of just saying, hey, we're going to figure this out. And she fought until the very end. She ended up passing away about 6 months after her diagnosis. And that was horrible. I don't know. There's no way to describe or explain. And anything that I'd done, anything that I was doing, nothing really mattered. I would be lying if I didn't say that, I think people that have dealt with thoughts of suicide or hard thoughts or those things, I had always looked down on, and I was put in a place where it's like, man, I kind of get where they're coming from. Life's freaking hard. Yeah. Obviously, I want to show up for my kids, but so that happened. I feel like I'm talking for a long time. But...
No, dude, no. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, you and I have talked since then multiple times, but I don't think we've ever really dove into like what it was like going through it. Because I know it's like when somebody's going through a lot and grieving, you might reach out and say like, how you doing? And then it's like very surface level, like, oh, getting through it, things are all right, whatever. But yeah, I think it definitely puts things in perspective, like you're talking about, of like, I don't know, your whole world just shifts. Like I remember when James, my first son, he was born 2 months premature, and I was like, dude, is he even going to make it? And all this. And then he spends 2 months in the NICU and he can't even breathe and all these things. And then a year later, he ends up getting a brain bleed and has to go in emergency brain surgery. And I'm like praying again. I'm like, is he going to make it? I'm like, what are the odds with this? His brain is bleeding. He's not even a year old. And they're like, we can't give you any odds. We can't. I'm just like, I was like, God, if like none of the other stuff matters, you know, business, social media, like none of it matters, you know, at the end of the day, like just make sure he makes it. And, you know, he did, and he's healthy, but like, you know, I haven't had to experience death in the way you have, but it was like right on the edge where I'm just like, dude, none of it matters.
I think that's one of the things that has really, I don't know, being someone that lived the first 30 years of my life with not a lot of hard things happening. I mean, I thought I had hard things, but I hadn't experienced hard
Yeah, like
things.
business is hard, you
Yeah.
know, these stupid door-to-door guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the hardest thing you deal with.
For sure. And I think too, the other thing that I realized is, and this is a little cynical, but we're all on this spiral towards death with a lot of hard things and a lot of beautiful things. And I realized how many people around me were dealing with the heaviest things in their lives that I just didn't notice before. It was easy for me to look past or be like, hey, you got it. And it gave me a real perspective that we all at some point in life are dealing with something, and some things way harder than others, but everybody's hardest thing at that point in their life is their hardest thing. And when you hit that, it's rough. And when you think about you and your son, and it just, man, I haven't experienced that, and nor do I ever want to, and I'll never be able to understand the degree of what you went through, but you at least get a little bit more of understanding of, man, life is hard, and you never know what somebody's dealing with or going through or experiencing, and that's been a good perspective, I think.
Yeah.
How's your brother?
So he finished the treatment about the same time as my wife, and he also got clean scans like her, and then he's been great since. He is my hero, man. Absolute stud. Running a really cool business, crushing it, showing up for his wife and kids, and just a phenomenal human. So he's doing really well.
So after she passed, I mean, how long do you think the process was to like just get through it?
It's an interesting question for me. One of the things I heard over and over is like, there's no right way to deal with grief. And I think for me, the reason my situation is interesting is you hit this window where it's like, I'm never going to get out. I never want to be happy. I never want to see joy. I never, like, no one will understand. No one, like, my life is over. Everything has ended. Nothing has any point. And that's a really dangerous, scary place to be. But I think pretty quickly I hit this point of, I can't stay here for my kids. I think.
You think it was the kids that were the main reason?
Yeah. And I think the biggest reason is because of Maddie and the example she set. Because when she was here suffering, struggling, all of that, she consistently showed up. She was going to make sure they were loved, and that she gave them attention, and that she didn't show as much as she possibly could. And so that she showed up for them in the right ways. And just a day before she passed, I just told her, how do I do this? You know, like, where do I go? What's the point? How am I going to pull out of this? What am I going to do? And she told me, do it for the kids. And if you do it for them long enough, you'll do it for yourself again. And I think her giving me that expectation, and me also being blessed with the opportunity of lots of conversations during her terminal diagnosis and her incredible mindset. That's a lot of pressure and a high expectation when I'm the one that had to show up for my kids.
Yeah.
And so pretty quickly I was reaching out to friends, family, just trying to say, where do I go? What do I do? How can I show up for my kids? How can I do that? And I think that was a big turning point for me to get to the right place.
Right.
One of the pieces of advice that they gave me that I would give to everyone is finding other people that had been through what you've been through. Me talking to people that hadn't lost their wife a lot of times just pissed me off. It hurt me. It made me angry. And so I connected. There was one guy, his name was Brandon, and he'd lost his wife to cancer and had been single parenting. And the first thing he said is, I'm like, does it get better? When does it get better? And he's like, no. And that was like relief to me. It was like, hey, this feels good. Like, you're not telling me, hey, it's going to get better. But he did say, you'll get better at carrying it, and had a long conversation with him. But I think the other conversation a little while after that really changed things is there's a woman named Jessica, and her story is nuts. She had her husband out going to dental school. They had 2 kids, one on the way, and they went home for Thanksgiving, and the men on their family went on a hunting trip. And on the way back, the plane went down. And so she ended up losing her husband, her dad, brothers, brother-in-laws, cousins, uncle, grandfather, like the majority of the men in their family in one day, just gone. And her perspective was huge for me. And she said 2 big quotes that I share with people a lot, but the one is, I would wish the experience on no one and the perspective on everyone.
Mm.
And I think that's a big reason that I've tried to share my story a lot, is there are lots of people that could use the perspective. There are lots of other people that are struggling with similar things that could use the perspective. And then the other one that I've loved is, she said, if you can't live the dream, live the theme. Like, you just got to show up and do the stuff you know you're supposed to do. Even if that dream or that outcome that you were striving for is gone, like, you still know the right theme.
Mm.
And I think, and this is me talking a lot, but me and Jess, we really connected. We ended up spending time together. Our kids fell in love. I fell in love with her kids. She fell in love with my kids. We ended up falling in love with each other. And then down the road, we ended up getting married. And I think that also, you know, to your original question of your time frame and your situation, I think my grief process was substantially lightened by being able to have someone else that had experienced something similar,
Right.
and had similar values and all of those things. And man, her insight after being a single parent for almost 5 years was wild, with helping me know what to say to my kids, know how to help my kids, getting into all of the right things there, and our kids helping each other. And so, yeah.
Wow. So she was a widow for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And I think the crazy thing is, I mean, I'll never be able to understand her and how incredible she is to not only lose so many members of her family, but then to consistently show up. I mean, you take any one of the parts of her story, even just being single with 2 kids, pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, welcoming another baby into the world, taking care of 3 kids.
Dang, she was pregnant.
Yeah.
So Jessica is incredible, like another level of human.
Yeah. And now you guys have the Brady Bunch.
We do.
How many kids do you guys have now? Because you guys them together now, right?
Yeah. So 3 months ago, we had our girl Gracie, and so that put us at 6.
Let's go.
So it's a party. We got a basketball team with a sub. So
you gonna have any more? What's the plan?
I think we're really happy with where we're at.
Yeah.
I think we both definitely felt pulled and called to have one more. And we've only had her for 3 months, but it's hard to imagine life any other way. It's been so incredible. And I think one thing too is just watching our kids with each other.
Yeah.
I think grief is interesting because it's really hard to figure out what's going through your kid's head when they lose a parent.
Yeah.
And having all of them, I mean, when they met each other for the first time, be like, you lost your mom, I lost my dad. Like, their relationships are so special because they're just the best of friends, and someone they can lean on. And man, their relationship has been so incredible for them getting back to such a good place. I mean, you meet those kids and you would never know what they've been through.
Yeah.
And so they're a special group of kids, and they love that new baby girl. So it's been so fun.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. You know, one thing I was thinking about too, as you were going through it, And then I've been recently thinking about it again with Charlie Kirk. Is like, everyone grieves differently. And I know like Erica Kirk's been just getting slammed online for just like, I don't know, moving on too quick and being too happy and like just random things. And I'm just like thinking about like how I would handle grief and other things. And it's like my mindset is like let's move forward kind of person. Is like, man, like I want to like get this solved as fast as possible for my kids and life and business and just like everything else. And it's just kind of like how I'm wired when like faced with adversity. And I think if like I lost my wife, that'd be the biggest adversity I would ever face in my life. Like I can't imagine anything worse than that. Um, and so like, I guess for you, how was it like moving on and just like thinking about, I don't know, what other people would think about you and marriage and, like people, I guess, judging of how long you should grieve and things that like I see happening with Erica Kirk after all this.
Yeah. I think couple things, and I stay away from this because I try to stay just in the positive
Yeah.
spaces. The reality is lots of people said lots of horrible things, and I think that they try to put themselves in as if they knew the people that are actually in it that know, and that's not true. In my kids' shoes, in Maddie's shoes, in all of these. And I think something that's unique about my situation is no one knows the conversations I had with Maddie, and I'm going to keep those to me. But I knew the expectations she had for me.
Yeah.
And no one knows my kids and what they need. And I do. And I got to see that. And when it comes to, you brought up Erica Kirk, I think so often we try to have a perspective in places that we have no right having a perspective. You know your family, your situation.
Yeah.
And there, you can be a steward over that. When you start trying to tell someone else they're doing something wrong that you don't know, I think you're almost always wrong.
Yeah.
Whether what you're saying is true or not, or correct or not. And I think finally, I knew where I was at, and the decisions I made, I would not have made unless I was so extremely confident in how beneficial they were for my kids and my family and my situation.
Right.
And so I think one thing that people that are going through grief, they just need people to support them.
Yeah.
They just need people to love them. They need people to show up for them. They need people to do what they think they need, not say, hey, what do you need? And I think that's the biggest thing for me is just after experiencing that, I just want to find a way to show up and be kind and be loving to the people that need it. And yeah, I think that's what I would say about that.
Yeah. So obviously, you have a new family now. And you're in this new place of life.
And one thing, I feel bad cutting you off, Ryan. Yeah. One other thought I wanted to add. You said, how do you move on?
Yeah.
That phrase and this, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But you don't.
Yeah.
I think you carry the weight of loss and grief. And the way that I describe it is it's kind of like a cup under a faucet where if you don't dump it and fill it and, talk about it, then it overflows and you're going to experience that in a way that is almost uncontrollable.
Right.
And I think that's what has been such a blessing for us and our kids is Maddie gets talked about on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Tyson gets talked about on a regular basis. That was Jess's husband.
Yeah.
And just the kind of people they were. It's so important that our kids know because they were both phenomenal humans, phenomenal spouses, phenomenal parents.
Yeah.
And we'll never get over that or get past that. But we do our best to live in the way that they would expect of us. And I think that's the last point I wanted to make is, for people that are like, oh, you shouldn't remarry, you shouldn't be happy again, you shouldn't. It's like
people are crazy.
Yeah, it's like you're telling me this person that I love that lived in this way, I should now try and live the opposite of the way they lived. I should be negative. I should not be hopeful. I should not go and do. And So yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That was just one point I wanted to make.
Actually, it's funny. I had Minnie and I had talked about it. I mean, because if everyone obviously should have like a will and a trust in those things, and so like when you set these things up, you have like weird conversations that you don't normally have. Like, hey, if I die, what should we do? If we both die, what should we do? What happens to the kids? Who's going to take care of them? Is it your parents? Is it my parents? Like, you have to have all those conversations with the trust and the will and all these things. And even like Mindy and I had these conversations too, because I think they're really important. And I want to say it for anyone listening to have them, because I was like, hey, you know, if I die, here's what needs to happen for our family. And I outlined it. I said, you know, this is how the businesses need to continue to operate without me. Here's ways that they could operate. You know, that's just one thing on the financial side. You know, we have life insurance, all those different things. And then, you know, I'm like, okay, in regards to raising the kids, I was like, the kids need a dad. So if I'm not here, you're going to have to find somebody that they're never going to be as good as me. Okay, let's make that like, you know, it is what it is, you know, but we need to find the next best thing.
Yeah.
You know, obviously a Christian guy who's got great values and all these things. And he ain't going to be as good as me. And so it is what it is. Just don't hold him to the standard of me.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so, and it's not condescending or anything. I'm like, you're just like, that's what has to happen. And then I talked to her too about even finances and things. Because like on this show and stuff, we've talked about getting married and prenups and all these things. And I go, you will have to get a prenup with if this happens. And she's like, I would never even have thought of that. And I was like, yeah, because at that point, you know, you're passing down all these things, and it's not even about this next guy or whatever. It's about the kids, because the prenup protects the kids and all of these other things too. And so like we talked about like a lot of different things with that. And the same thing was true on my side too. It's like, I can't raise 4 kids by myself. So am I just going to have a nanny raise the 4 kids, or my parents, or like, it's just not practical. And these are like real conversations we have. Hey, if you're looking to get started in real estate investing, then you need to use our Cashflow 2.0 system. We give you all the motivated seller leads. We give you software, one-on-one coaching, and everything you need to start your real estate investing business. And we've seen so much success from our students with the system that we are willing to guarantee it. So if you want to learn how it all works and how you can get your first real estate deal today, go on over to wealthyinvestor.com and apply. Someone from our team will get with you, and you could have your first deal within a week once you get on this system. So head on over to wealthyinvestor.com and we'll see you there.
I think it's also unfair that people like criticize Erica, because I feel like she's not a businesswoman. She was just randomly thrown into like, hey, you need to go up there and, you know, talk about this and lead Turning Point and all that stuff. And I feel like she's just trying her best. And of course, people are going to like criticize her for whatever she does. But yeah, I just feel like it's super unfair. Like, I love Mindy, but like, if Mindy came in here and tried to run all these businesses, it's going to be really hard.
Well, and part of it wasn't her running these businesses.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, here's what needs to go down. Here's who needs to have what equity and skin in the game so that some of these can still function even without me.
Yeah. But I'm talking about, for an example, like Erica going up there and speaking and all this stuff. It's like, bro, she's not a speaker.
Yeah.
She was a stay-at-home wife who now needs to go up there and like represent.
Well, and you think she's speaking on stage with Trump a week later.
Yeah.
You know, after her husband was just shot in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know how you would expect anyone to grieve. Like, I'm just like, I don't even know how you handle it.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. But, yeah, I mean, like to I guess the point I'm making is like, you and Maddie had conversations about what needed to happen next, and only you guys will know those. And, you know, obviously, I think she's very happy with what you guys are doing now.
I appreciate that. I think those conversations, and it's interesting because, you know, you were very helpful in us trying to find some form of treatment. And I think there's something I learned about the treatment and doing that for someone with a terminal diagnosis is just putting yourself in a place of hope. Us being forced to travel for treatment gave us some incredible time together to have some incredibly difficult conversations. That now that time together and that travel, it's stuff that I know neither one of us would have taken. Knowing she had a terminal diagnosis, we wouldn't have chosen to separate ourselves from the kids and her time there. But now looking back, that has become so sacred to me and so beneficial to me in how to raise the kids, how to handle these hard situations, how to show up in the ways that she expects me to show up. And yeah, to everything else, I just think sometimes it's so easy for us to be judgmental when what do we get from being judgmental?
Nothing.
And so I think that's a really important point.
Yeah. So let's talk about life now. You aren't in the door-to-door business anymore. You quit your social media channel for how long before you got back into it?
Oh man. I mean, I did a video here and there, but it hasn't been until recently that I've tried to kind of ramp things up. And I think it's interesting. It's funny. I always give you a hard time. I know you guys and your, I don't know, the way you talk about buying real estate.
Yeah.
For me, I invested all of my money into real estate. I was really strict on my criteria in finding cash flowing real estate. And that's kind of been a sacred space for me because it put me in a place where when Maddie did have cancer, my real estate was producing enough income that I didn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
And that gave me the ability to show up from her to completely drop everything and not have a worry about it. And I could continue to do that. I think everything I do now is very much out of passion of the game, passion of connection, of doing the things that I'm good at and progressing and all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, having a real estate portfolio with proper management that was spitting off a ton of cash flow that we could very easily live off of has been a massive blessing.
Yeah.
So that I can just do what I want when I need to be home for kids. And I think that's the other thing. I don't think people know how difficult it is to take two families that have been through what our families have been through and put them together.
Yeah.
And me not having to go into a 9-to-5 job has made that, I'm sure, 1,000 times easier for the transition for our kids and for our life and for all of that. And so that's been a massive blessing.
Yeah. I was to go on a lighter, side of this. Davila's always like the receipts guy now. He's like, he doesn't believe anyone cash flows. He's just like, or the only way you cash flow is you own a property for 30 years.
Yeah.
But like any young guy cash flow, and he's like, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
So for Davila's peace of mind, like your portfolio.
Show some receipts. Baby.
Yeah. I believe you though. I've been watching you. I don't even know receipts. You got it.
How much were you actually cash flowing during that time? And then how much today? Because I know you bought some stuff too.
I think, the time frame, I'm blurry and I've bought real estate since then, but somewhere north of 600,000-700,000 per year, and now $1 million a year plus in just cash flow.
Yeah. Is that net cash flow or gross?
So that's net.
Dang, like net, like after market?
Yeah.
Like even after the AC went in?
Yeah.
So that's a portfolio bought over the last 15 years.
Yeah.
A lot of it seller financing with 3% interest rates, different negotiations like that.
Did you door knock those deals?
A lot of our deals we found through connections locally, through mailer marketing, through just people knowing me and bringing them to me. But that also, that's 260 residential units.
260?
Single family?
No, units. Made up of 2, 4, 6, a 32 unit, 24 unit.
Okay,
got it.
And all of these, I think that's one of the things I love about my YouTube channel. I open up the book, show people the property, show people the financing.
I've seen his receipts before.
But 170 storage units, and then some commercial properties as well. And so it's a big portfolio. That's a $55 million portfolio that only has now, because we've had so much appreciation, $22 million of debt.
Damn,
and so,
that's a lot.
That's 30 mil of equity, baby.
That's a lot.
How old are you now?
35.
Damn,
so
I'm
he's
not
35.
doing enough. My game up. Greg Cardone was right, bro. Said I was thinking small.
You're thinking small.
Are all these in Idaho?
So yeah, that's where I built my portfolio. I've since bought recently I've been buying a lot of stuff out in Cleveland because the cash flow is crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
Let's go that one
nuts.
goes.
yeah. So I've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot.
Yeah. That
Cheaper's not better.
it's a different game.
What did you learn?
Well, a couple things. First of all, I thought fourplex better than oneplex. That's what I thought. What I've learned, I don't think I would ever go into large multifamily in any of those areas because the tenant issues and the evictions, the problems, the damage, I think some property management companies can do a good job, but when you have lots of tenants in higher crime, lower income areas, it's a different game than what I play in Idaho. So that's the first thing.
They have like mob mentality in the apartment.
And so
Chandler's like, what's a gang? What do you mean there's a gang that lives there?
well, so
Do they have gangs in Idaho?
no, not in the crowds I'm hanging with. Yeah, not that I know of. But yeah, for example, we bought a fourplex out there that we paid $270,000 for.
Dang.
And it was part of a program. It's called H40N. And in this program, it's essentially homeless people that they're helping to get into housing. So it's a unique program.
Goodness.
They pay a premium with the program.
Okay.
So I think our rents are between $1,300 and $1,400 per unit.
Okay.
So you do the math on that, $270,000 purchase price, 4 units, $1,300 to $1,400 per unit.
Yeah.
Cash flow on that is wild.
Yeah.
So I see that deal and I was very excited about it. And I still am because they pay. And as long as this program is in place, I'm crushing it. I am a lot more concerned after doing some walkthroughs of the units.
Oh, my. Just moving for homeless people.
And
It's
so,
like, listen, you're going to get great rent.
and it's interesting because that program, like, there are some people that aren't abusing it, and it's a cool thing to see.
For sure.
There are always abusers in situations like that. And so that's one thing. The other fourplex I bought that we can move people in that program into has been probably one of the more frustrating properties because we've had evictions, we've had tenant issues, we've had complaints, we've had people that don't pay. So that was interesting. The niche that I think I've really enjoyed out there is ones and twos. Because you find people where you can get someone with good credit, you can buy in good neighborhoods. You're buying these properties at $100,000 to $125,000 per home, and that's after renovations. If you find the right people that are doing it, so it's more turnkey.
Okay.
And on those units, we're getting $1,700 to $1,800 per unit renting them. So there's been really strong cash flow. Now, again, buying off the MLS, this might be a little more difficult to find these. And Cleveland's weird because there's a nice renovated house, and then there's something worth like $5,000 right next door to it.
Or no $1,000.
Yeah, we will pay you to take this house.
But I do think finding the right connections, you can still, and this was my argument with people that say there aren't cash flowing deals. I still find incredible.
Looking at you.
Yeah.
I have too much respect, so I don't want to argue.
No, it's so
But you'll argue with Zuber and everyone else. Zuber.
yeah.
I respect.
Do you know Mike
It's
Zuber?
messed up to tell my story and then
I know.
I to argue with me.
I can't talk that.
Do you know Michael Zuber?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay, good. That guy sucks. No, I'm joking.
He's kind of like our now third co-host.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like,
He's like a recurring
out of time guy.
Yeah,
Old guy.
he's the unofficial third member of the podcast now. He lives in Vegas, so it's easy, and just him and Davila.
Big round guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But okay, so you said there's cash flow properties.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll give you an example. And I have a good amount of cash. So I think that gives me an advantage.
Is it because you're putting like larger down payments?
larger
cash
downs
flow?
help? 30 to 40% down payments.
Yeah.
Put you in a place where you can deal with someone who's educated, who's owned a property forever, who's scared to raise rents. And there are lots of boomers trying to get out of properties that own lots of property. Yeah. That's where all the opportunity is right now in my mind. These are the people that they have a number they're really set on getting. And they're the kind of people that are open to agreeing, as long as you've got money in the game, open to agreeing to 3% seller financing and bending on, if markets here, they're willing to come to here as long as they know it's a quick sell and they can get done and they can have some residual income long term and they can get a big check on the front.
Why pick Cleveland versus just staying in Idaho, which has been good to you?
I think that
Are you
I
just
just
priced
wanted-
out now?
I wanted to try something different. I wanted to be able to make content on it.
He's just
It's
bored.
really a
Yeah,
content
it's not a money play.
I,
He's
uh,
like,
Honestly,
I get like
I wanted a
10,000
harder
views.
life.
Yeah.
My life was getting a little too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think too, and this is, I mean, I don't know that I've shared this, but I wanted to prove that I could go into a different market that I didn't live in, that I didn't have connections,
Yeah.
and find good cash flowing real estate. And I've learned some lessons, but I believe that it is true.
He's like,
Nice.
I learned some
I-
lessons.
But
I
is it
can't-
true yet? Or
Yeah, no, I think it is. I mean, I think that I can really scale out there, and maybe I'll do it just to prove you wrong. But
yeah. Just think of me every
yeah,
night.
in that,
Cleveland sucks.
yeah, here's the deal: if you're buying off the MLS, you don't have strategy, you don't have a plan, you don't have good criteria, you're
Yeah.
not finding properties under market.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
not
you're gonna
gonna
lose.
cash flowing it
Yeah.
real estate. If you're willing to find motivated sellers, if you're willing to find a unique niche, there is tons of cash flow.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
You make so much money and you're so rich already. You don't have anything better to do. Like there's no other there's no other play than buy rentals in Cleveland. That's where my start an app or something like.
That's a fair argument.
Buy a roofing company. Like,
So-
what the hell are you doing buying single family in
So
Ohio?
maybe you guys can help me solve this problem. First off, two things. I asked Ryan to come and speak at an event where we connect a ton of really cool real estate investors, all of which still believe in cash flow.
Hell yeah.
They're right.
Yeah.
Super cool. Love hanging out with him. The thing I love about Ryan, he rolls up and he's like,
He's
yeah,
trashing
do
the
not
whole thing.
invest in real estate. I'm like, that's why these guys are here.
I told him that. We were golfing. I was like, oh boy, I can really see Ryan.
So that was super fun.
I was like, I asked him, I was like, how did they receive that? He was like, oh no, they thought it was great.
Yeah, no,
was
I
like,
think they got a lot out of it. But I think for me, I have this itch that I will never want to scratch. A lot of people are in sales and they want out of it. I love connecting. I love negotiating.
yeah.
I love buying something under market. And the thing is like, I love the bigger deals, but the smaller deals, I love those too. Like I just really get joy out of negotiating those deals. And I think so much of life is figuring out what makes you excited, what gives you joy, what your kids can watch. I mean, yes, I could sit on the couch all day and do nothing. What would my kids think of me?
No, we're not saying.
No, I'm not saying do nothing. I'm saying better.
Yeah, but there are certain things I look at what Ryan does,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of it I'm like, that is really cool. But a lot of that stuff doesn't excite me as much as the challenge of
Doing
this
a deal.
thing that I have thousands of hours into that I just enjoy.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what it reminds me of? We had Doug Hopkins on a few years ago, and he's a wholesaler in probably the biggest wholesaler in Arizona, maybe even LA too. And so they do tens of millions. And he still goes on seller appointments. That's literally all he does every day. This dude's, I don't know how old Doug is. He's probably
Old enough. He shouldn't be spending
in the game a long time. I mean, he's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, and he owns, if I remember correctly, I want to say he also owns like hundreds of rentals free and clear too.
Yeah.
So this is not an issue of anything other than the love of the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, Doug, dude,
Why?
you're like 50 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
So like,
Or older.
yeah, we're old. Like, I don't want to, I'm like, dude, tell me what you do all day.
Yeah.
Well, I go on like 3 appointments a day. I play some golf. I'm just like, dude, it's freaking hot in Phoenix, man.
Yeah.
Like you go on the appointments in the summer too,
Yeah, these ghetto houses,
bro,
You're in there?
every day. And I'm just like, how? I lost my passion for this game a long time ago.
So it's funny that you say that because genuinely, I hear you say that.
Yeah.
And I love negotiating on real estate, but I have this part of me, I'm probably going to do a video this year, a couple of them. I miss knocking doors and selling pest control. How crazy is that?
That
Like
is
I will do a video. There is something so cool about just a skill set that you acquire of being able to have someone that has no idea who you are, answer the door,
Yeah.
pissed off,
Hell
and
yeah.
you can take that and 15 minutes later they're handing you a credit card.
Bro,
I want to do a video. And I told him about this. If us three or whoever, we have nothing.
Let's make Ryan knock doors.
No, listen. And we have to see who can make $1,000 first, but you start with nothing.
Okay.
I feel like that would be a great video.
That would be cool.
I'd make it in 24 hours.
No, but you can't sell your likeness. Like you have to go do something.
I know. I would go on Craigslist right now and go buy and sell a bunch of crap. I can make $1,000 in 24 hours easily.
I don't think so.
Easily. It's not. It's not.
I can make $5,000 off pest control today.
Oh,
See? Exactly.
Today?
Yeah.
I would love to see that video.
Company. I mean, I have those connections, so I could go knock doors right here, and I
don't believe it. I would love to see. Or we do a challenge. You guys go up. Us three.
That would be cool.
24 hours.
See who can make the most money in 24 hours,
or a week.
What?
You have a week.
I'm not putting a week into this. I got 24 hours. I'm going hard for 24 hours. But you brought up a point of gambling.
Yeah, I would go gamble. I
don't think that's a bad idea.
That's not a bad. Like I find a basketball court. I'm like, hey, I'll bet you $500.
Oh yeah, you're gambling on like skill.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we're going to the golf course and we're going to get gamble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You play a hole.
Maybe this is what I should do. I would go and I would make a couple $1,000 and I'd say, hey, I'm either going to win or lose, but I'm throwing it on red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple times in a row.
Yeah. At least if you like go play golf or basketball, you don't technically have to pay. You could just keep rolling your bet until you
keep doubling down.
Yeah. You keep doubling down until you finally win.
Yeah. You build a tab up.
It's funny. I know you're super tight with Grant Cardone, and that is one thing that I have an absurd level of respect for him. Is that one thing that he did where he went and
undercover billionaire,
because when you get really comfortable in life, getting back into the grind, like that gives you anxiety. You've lived that, getting back in that, you know what.
He always talks about going back to zero. Like he just wants to always be at zero to just stay hustling. But like. You mentioned like you want to sell pest control again. It made me think like, like all the things I've done in my life, which has been a lot of different things. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't hit a baseball in like 8 years and I have no ambition or plans to hit a baseball. Like we did couch flipping videos back on YouTube like years ago and they did great. They're like, dude, we should do the side hustle videos. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I want to try selling cars for a day. I want to sit down with like a payment sheet and be like, hey, look,
I just think for me, the thing that is tormenting is having, the 10,000 hour rule, right?
Yeah.
Having this skill that I have so many hours into, and it transfers over for sure to other things.
Sales.
But man, like when you were really good at something, it's fun to do something you're really good at.
What's the most amount of money you made knocking doors back in the day?
Oh, like in a day?
Well, in a day and a year.
7 figures. That wasn't just from knocking doors though. Like
that was managing a team.
Yeah. I think my biggest summer, just knocking doors was 150,000. That was not
in
any
3
recruits,
months. That was your commissions. Knocking doors.
What I don't get
selling $300,000 worth of pest control in that time period.
$300,000, but each ticket is like, what was your average ticket price?
There are guys today that are selling over $1 million in pest control in the summer.
What?
Crazy.
But how much are they selling? Like
how many units a day does that make up?
Yeah.
You can do the math. It's a weird game because when I started, I was selling at like $400 contract values.
Yeah.
Right? Today, we have guys that can put up like $1,500 or I think some even close to $2,000 contracts.
Like 2-year deals essentially, or what?
I think that they just charge a premium and they're in nicer neighborhoods, stuff like that.
They're just like, it's $2,000.
I look at some.
Just come up with a number. This is like 3.
No,
your house, 5.
And, no, dead serious.
Yeah.
Not to give the industry a hard time, but that is one really weird thing about. I'd have a kid come back and he'd be like, "I sold a $3,000 contract today," and I'm like, "What?
Yeah,
like you." How did you do that? Why did you do that? So it happens, but somebody on the door that you can just tell they're like, I will pay anything to get rid of these bugs. And you're like, well, you pay $3,000.
I could see like, they're like, hey, you have these rare termites. These are big ones.
I saw the funniest IG reel. It was like a door-to-door guy. I don't even know who it was, but like they're doing their team meeting and he's like got the board and he's like, dude, great job, Jimmy. You got 5. This guy got 6. And he goes, dude, we got to give it up to our stand. I got 30. Like, it was just so absurd. And they're like, tell us, how did you get 30? He's like, well, dude, I went to the owners. I thought it'd be easier just to tell them like it was a one-time fee. And he's like, but it's not a one-time fee. It's a monthly. He's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, That's why they wouldn't buy. He's like, wait, so all 30 think it's a one-time?
So,
like, yeah.
So I kid you not. We had a kid. He came out to work for us. First day he gets a sell. And a lot of first days, people aren't getting sales. And everyone knows this kid is a goober. Right? And we're just like, we felt bad because we didn't think we should hire him. But we're like, how did you? Must have been a real rollover. Well, we come to find out this was at the time where we could give people a free service for their first service. He told them it was a one service and it was for free.
Yeah.
So that's how he got his sell.
That's so funny. But yeah, it's this is the thing I always say about cash flow. And I told Zuber this, and I even said at your event, I said, guys, it all starts with active income though. At the end of the day, if you're going to buy rentals and all this stuff, you need to make money some way, somehow, because you ain't making like money from the rentals. Like they're going to come from if you put a big down payment, but that needs money, you know, like you want to go do this. And so like even the guy at the event, he's like, I say I have 100 or 200 grand. And I'm like, bro, I would invest into your business, like make your business better, build a team. And I go like Chandler was making 7 figures a year. He didn't build his rentals from like rentals buying rentals. It was like, I make a bunch of money in my business and then I buy rentals.
Yeah.
And then I make more money in my business and I buy more rentals. I've never met anyone that is like, oh, I just bought rentals with no money. And then like, it just multiplied and multiplied. And like, that doesn't happen.
I think that's very true. I think here's the thing. 2 things can be right. And you look at this kid that I was telling you, you sold a $3,000 contract. Are there people out there that will not sell their house at a discount? Yeah, most of them. Are there people that will sell properties at a massive discount with good terms? They do exist.
Oh, yeah. All the
and
time.
I think it's the same with door-to-door. And I think the reason that I'm so pro rentals is in the door-to-door space, your money back into recruiting, you can only grow so fast. You need to have good leadership. You need to have good sales trainers. And so you can grow exponentially, but there reaches a point where more money into recruiting in our space doesn't go very far, doesn't do much for you, right? More marketing into trying to find accounts we knock doors. There's no other marketing for us, right? That's what we do.
Nothing else works.
And so it's a point where when you're in my place and there's this phenomenal environment where you can go from 100,000 to 150 to 250 to 500 to $1 million if you do it right in income, but you can't put a lot back into your business.
Yeah.
Real estate is a phenomenal play. And you have these people that have a skill set of finding people and convincing them to find, that's what sales is finding something that helps solve their problem, helps solve your problem.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where it's been so beneficial for our people is they have the skill set, they have the money, putting it back into the business reaches a point where it won't get a return.
Yeah.
And if you can find deals that have 12 to 15% cash on cash return because you're buying them at a discount with seller financing because you find the right person. Now you've taken someone that's an employee for a company and they can build equity. They can get tax benefits. They can build cash flow and they can replace that income.
I think employees are different where it's like a lot of employees, their income is capped. And it's like, okay, let's just say this guy makes a few $100,000 a year. It's like, okay, cool. Like you can't invest back into the business because you're an employee. And so it's like, yeah, take all your extra money, go make 15% cash on cash. I think it's great, And then I think like to, the point of, for you, it's like, okay, at what point does it get diminishing returns in my business, right? Okay, well, let's, get at least to that point. Let's get it to 500K a year or $1 million.
Well, in your point, and I talked this with the people after you spoke, and you did a phenomenal job.
Okay.
Giving it.
He's like, guys, don't listen.
No, we had so many business owners and other people, and so often people will come to me and they'll say, Chandler, what rental property should I buy? And I say, well, tell me about your income. Tell me about your situation. Tell me. And my answer is you shouldn't. Right? You need to get your income up. Now, if your income is up, and even with these guys, a lot of times they're scared to put money back into recruiting.
Yeah.
And they're not building their teams at the scale they could. And so my advice still is, hey, with this, 50% of this money that you're wanting to invest, it should go back in.
Yeah.
The rest of it, let's find a good rental and let's help you scale that portfolio.
Yeah. We have the same advice.
Yeah.
I just think like most people immediately try to invest in like a rental or something
Yeah.
before even thinking about their business.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, I want to own real estate. I want to own real estate.
You
And I'm
want
like,
passive income.
yeah, or passive income. You know, I have to actually work at my, my business. I'm like,
That is the most frustrating person where they say, I want passive income and they're making $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like,
Even if they're making
Let's-
$100,000 a year.
yeah.
And they're like, I want passive income. I'm like, dude, no, you do great job. You make 100. Like, let's get to 2.
Yeah.
I think the other people that I've loved working with, I mean, there are a lot of doctors, lawyers, dentists, where you can find good cash flowing assets, the tax benefits, especially if you get your wife as a real estate professional, massive upside. You look at a lot of wholesalers and flippers where they're coming into some phenomenal deals that would have crazy cash flow and they can hold on to those to offset their gains. Like there are lots of situations where you can find strong cash flow because of what you're in, because of your niche and your income situation where it does make sense rather than throwing it back into the business. And even those situations, you could argue, hey, is there room for your business? Doctors, lawyers, dentists.
Yeah, could you buy another practice?
Yeah. There are options and it depends on your goals and where you want to be and what you want to do.
So for you, you've made a good amount of money, you know, both ways, right? Like you've made a lot of active income over the years, being a 7-figure earner for a long time. Then you've invested very wisely. You've built a personal brand. You know, you got other ventures too. You know, you just like the group I spoke to. You know, you've got different coaching things and other stuff. Like to Brian's point, you're only 35. Is the goal just kind of to do the social media thing, find deals, and you know, kind of go that route and live off your cash flow, or do you see yourself ever getting back into like door to door?
Yeah,
you know,
you build another pest.
Build it or build a roofing thing, or build a different vertical.
I think I am in a unique place because I'm doing lots of things that I enjoy. However, I think I never imagined life going the way that it would. I think I also didn't realize the importance of my children seeing me excel, my children seeing me do hard things, my children seeing me fail. And how I handle that. And I had a football coach, super funny guy, cool dude, but he would always say, what have you done for me lately? Anything we did yesterday at practice, it didn't matter. What have you done for me lately? And I think that I want to be the most present father that when my kids get home from school, I'm there.
Yeah.
And I want to be the most present husband, but I don't think I can be the most present father and husband that they look up to if I'm not having an impact, if I'm not connecting with the right people, if I'm not being pushed, if I'm not failing. And so I think I'm really trying to figure out there are 1,000 opportunities for me now. Sometimes it's actually a blessing to not have opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's also a blessing to have opportunities. And so I'm kind of figuring that out right now. Right now, I'm loving doing these events I'm doing with other investors. I'm loving investing in real estate. I don't think I'll ever get bored of doing that and finding good deals. And I like making videos because it's fun for me. I don't know how to monetize that like you have.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way that I justified my channel that was really, really good is people would say, hey, I need a job doing door-to-door sales. And I'd be like, cool, come work for me. And that was awesome.
It was a great recruiting funnel.
Yeah. I don't monetize it really well. I like sharing the content, but the risk versus reward has definitely been a question for me because I don't make the kind of money off YouTube that I know that a lot of other influencers have found a way to do. And so maybe that's the direction I go. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring that out, just doing the things I enjoy.
What about like, I don't know if you could talk about it, but can you talk about that you left your previous pest control company? Are you allowed to say that happened?
Yeah. I think what I can say is they were extremely good and kind to me in the way that they took care of me. Specifically, Vess Pearson, the CEO, is like a massive mentor for me in my life.
Yeah.
Had a huge impact. One of the stories of him, my first summer, my team lead that hired me to go out there, he left at the end of the year and all of the reps left. But if I broke the rookie record, I got a $5,000 bonus and an increase on my commission. And I really wanted to break that rookie record. And I didn't have a car at the time. So I was out there, no car, Uber didn't exist yet, kind of just screwed when I'm trying to break this record.
Yeah.
And I called up Vess, who was the president of sales. And I said, hey, like, this is garbage. Like, I'm trying to break the record.
Yeah.
And what do I do? And Vess called and rented a car in his name. I was too young to rent one for me to go. And so that's how our relationship started over years.
Yeah.
I mean, we had little battles on how things should be done. And also, though, I looked up to him like crazy and always will. But I think there at the end when I, with cancer and everything else, decided it was time to leave, they really took care of me. And I have a non-compete with them, but also a consulting agreement where like I have a phenomenal relationship with the company. They've been really good to me in that also. Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's the extent of what I can say about it.
Yeah. So you kind of answered my question. So you can't go build another pest control company.
Yeah.
Got it. That's because I was thinking like we talked to David Royce. I'm like, why wouldn't you just build another one? Because his story is he built one, sold it, built another one, sold it, built
David
another.
Royce is another one that I had a great relationship with. He was the founder of the company. And so I was a level away, but again, knew him well, great person, phenomenal businessman.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's really cool. You guys had him on.
Yeah. Maybe a roofing, like I feel like with your
could you do roofing?
Yeah. Any service-based.
Could you do it door to door?
I think so. Yeah,
I think so.
Bro, we could partner, bro.
Davila's looking for a partner.
I'll give you 51%, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I say I think so. Sam Taggart, we're pretty good friends. I mean, he is one person that has proven you can sell anything door to door.
Okay, who's a better salesman, door to door?
Me or Sam Taggart?
Yeah.
I would love to say me, but here's the thing: Sam Taggart has more reps by far. He is so passionate about door to door. And I mean, even today, homie was out knocking doors last week.
Was
right? He still is.
He was telling us that. Yeah, he was like, I got to go fire up the troops. And go.
That guy is on another level. And so as much as I would like to claim victory there, I would have to give it to him.
Are you Mormon?
Yes, I was raised LDS.
Did you go on a mission?
I did.
Oh, so you did door to door.
Yep.
Do you have any like crazy door knocking stories from your Mormon mission?
Yeah.
Give us one. What's a good one?
I don't know why so many people answer the door naked.
Really?
Yeah. I had crazy. Yeah.
Sam talked about getting sprayed by the hose.
Yeah.
You're just like this young kid and you think you're impenetrable. And same with door to door. I mean, the stories. I'm flashing through all of these stories that I know I can't tell on your podcast. So, I mean,
thanks for talking about red rooms. Things I just learned about them.
Yeah, we've had guns pulled on multiple reps.
Oh, dang.
We have had times where reps are invited inside, doors locked behind them. People try to offer sexual favors. We've had.
Oh yeah, Sam told us that.
Yeah, Sam told us that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
My craziest experiences are usually when someone gets really irked because lots of companies have been by. So they come out and they follow you. And then you get scared, so you run, and then they're chasing you, sprinting.
What the heck?
And then you jump in your car and you end up in road rage with people chasing you. And like people are nuts. Like it is a wild.
I thought the internet was mean.
Yeah.
These are like real
that's worse.
People are crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But yeah, that's a scary thing. I mean, the amount of reps we've had, especially as of late, I feel like it gets worse and worse where people feel comfortable pulling their gun. And the thing is, a lot of reps are recording their interactions and people don't know it. So a lot of people ruin their life pulling guns in front of their own property.
That's so scary.
It's funny, dude. Your favorite influencer, the kid Giuliano.
Yeah.
That does
that
the cold
so
calls.
Funny.
He just started posting him knocking doors.
Oh, did he?
He's so bad.
Do you know who he is? We should have you react to his.
His door knock is so bad.
His door knock.
It's like
fun.
It's a different game than cold call.
Yeah, that's content that people love watching.
Yeah,
and there are a lot of door to door guys, and I hate it for the industry. And maybe Sam talked to you about this, but that will just mess with people. Like they will act like there's something wrong with them. They will. And we had reps, just really confident reps that would do that. I'll have to show you a picture. My buddy, he would try and see how close he could get to people while they were signing the contract. And I have pictures of him. He's 6'4", completely over them with his hands here and their heads here, trying to block the sun. And just because he knew socially they were kind of an awkward person.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You get so comfortable and confident with rejection, with interacting.
You're just a weirdo
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah. So some of these sales guys that have been doing it for years, I mean, they're broken. Nothing makes them uncomfortable, which is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. You get so cold.
Yeah. And here's the other thing that's funny about sales. There are two salesmen in my mind that crush it. They're the people that have no understanding of reading the room. Like they
say I have that.
That's Brian.
The comments always say I have that.
No, they don't comprehend the person wants them gone. It doesn't register. And then and they're top performers. The other
I
kind
feel that.
is the person that recognizes and works with it and flows with it and makes it happen. Both of them, though, are able to calm the customer down because they're so assumptive.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting, though, some of the personalities that just crush it where they don't pick up on it.
Social awareness.
I feel like the second salesperson you talked about, they're very emotional. Like I feel like I have salespeople that work with me and over the years where like they care so much. Like if they have a bad week, they're like about to give up on life and they're just like sad.
I think there's some of that. I mean, there's so many different personalities in it, but I think about Sam Taggart, for instance, someone that gets it and has so many reps. You know how, I don't know, there are certain people that they're so good at reading you. Sam Taggart is on the level where your body language, your eye contact, the tone of your voice, everything you say and do, he would never tell you this because it would probably make you uncomfortable, but his ability to read people is on a completely other level.
Yeah.
And that comes with so many reps of interacting with different personalities. He can take anyone and put them at ease. And that's one of the things about sales that I pride myself in. And a lot of reps pride themselves in because you have so many reps in it.
Yeah. He was one of the most entertaining podcasts we've done.
Yeah, he was funny.
He was super funny.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's
Well, it's just like his rapport building.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I can see why this guy's a good time.
Yeah, he
Like-
sold me on starting a roofing company.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, Brian, you can join my thing. He's
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll sign over half the company.
Yeah. I was like, okay. But so what do you think so I've been telling him and everyone else because he thinks AI is going to take over the world.
I told his group that too.
Oh yeah. So I don't believe
Very
that
clearly.
at all. I don't
they
believe
kept
that.
asking me. Once. I was just like, they're like, so what do you
Ryan was one level away from that guy that has a hyper obsession if that's all he can talk about with AI. One level away.
No, like they asked me first it's a real estate thing and I'm just answering the questions. Like, what are things you're doing that, nobody's thinking of yet? Because I was talking about cutting edge stuff and I was telling about data centers. Because I go,
Ryan's like, you should invest everything in data centers.
Yeah.
How many do you have? And he's like, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
course coming soon. No, they
Well,
go,
actually, I'm about to make it worse.
like, what do you think about, great rental and or real estate investments? And I was like, I don't even remember the first one I said. I was like, I'm
I
wholesaling.
remember the question. He was just thinking data centers.
I was like, data centers are a good play. And they're like, what? And I was like, well, yeah, think about it, dude. You want a triple net lease. You don't got a tenant. Just get a place and put some computers in it, dude. And these companies are going to run.
That's how it works.
And I go, everyone needs it. It is going to be in huge. And I was like, and I'll put it on the podcast right now. Mark my words. In 2 years, you're going to see gurus and ads and everything teaching people how to start data centers, talking about how they're the easiest passive income. Mark my words.
Okay.
That's that. That's all I told them. That's all I told them, right?
Okay.
And then it led to a million questions about AI. They're like, so how do you use AI? And I'm like, well, here's what I do. And then
Pretty much don't listen to anyone but Claude. No one else knows anything.
Yeah.
Mr. Claude will tell you everything you need to know. And then like, but then what about this? And I'm like, well, then this is that. And then we went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It wasn't my intent.
Yeah. Well, I have the opposite mindset where I think like it's a lot of hype and sales, creativity, and focus are going to win in this economy right now. Who do you think is right?
Well, can I take a different direction?
Ah.
I know that AI isn't going to replace real estate because you need a place to live.
Yep.
So there's that.
Hell yeah.
No, what were the three things again?
Sales,
Okay.
creativity,
Okay.
and focus.
I think two things can be true. I think there are lots of industries that are really going to struggle with AI. I think there are lots of industries that are going to crush it because people's attention is on AI.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you've got to race one of two directions. You've got to either be the king of AI, or you've got to be the king of the things that, you know, everybody's attention is off, that AI isn't going to impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blue collar.
Yeah. So I don't think AI can replace sales.
And you think it can?
Well, I think it's going to start with lower level sales things.
I think that, and I feel this already with videos. You tell me, but when you see an AI video, do you stay and watch, or do you get kind of pissed and flip through it because you're like, I know that's AI?
I think there's a lot of videos right now that we don't even know is AI. Dude, there was this Jewish rabbi guy that just got banned on Instagram. He got 1 million followers in like 30, 60 days. And he would just, this Jewish rabbi guy talking in his car, talking about crap. He was AI. I didn't even know.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm curious. I just think the human experience and stories and life experience. I mean, if AI is getting to the point where I guess they make up a whole life story and background.
Bro, that's what this guy was. He's like, dude, all my Jewish friends. And he'd just be talking about making money. Yeah. And I was like, this guy gets it. It turns out he was AI.
When I see that, I get a bad taste in my mouth. Like I know some creators that are making AI content. I'm like, that's just.
But here's the thing. Like I'm one of those people. I hate doing any kind of deal over the phone, over FaceTime. I love in person. It'll never replace that. You can't.
Yeah.
And I think people will yearn for that. I think a lot of people want to do business with someone that they can connect with and feel like it has an impact. Well, and that's what I think, not going to be replaced.
And I was telling them that yesterday or at his event too. I'm like, this is why I'm so all in on the golf business and everything, because you just can't replace hanging out, meeting people, having fun, being in nature. Like it's just, that will become more valuable in a world where the things that can be done by AI become less valuable.
Yeah.
We got like 3 minutes. So, you know, as we wrap up here, dude, any final thoughts about life and everything you're thinking about?
You know, I think the biggest thing I would say is life is short. And so do something that makes you happy, you know, lean in, do something that's hard. And I think don't spend so much time in a lot of the cynical spaces that are out there right now.
Yeah.
I see so many people that I talk to and they're just in a really dark place. And whether something bad in the future happens or not, if you're worried about it now, it happens twice. And so do the best you can to just make the most of right now, pivot as best you can, but find joy in the journey of it. And whatever happens, it's going to happen either way. So try not to be tormented now.
Yeah, I'm glad you came on because it's proved to Brian that there is cash flow. You're the first young cash flow investor we've ever met.
You are.
So we want to give you a round of applause.
Let's go. I'll give you that.
Certified young.
Yeah.
Like got rich quick young.
Yep. Everyone else, I'm like, how much money do you make off your rentals? They're like, well, I make like a 15% ROI when you take the 30-year yield.
What do you make? I'm like, what do you make?
Yeah. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, how much do you net? Like, net what? I'm like, never mind. I don't know. Yeah.
Or it's the other way. It's like, I bought them 50 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like,
I have a question.
California were 10 grand.
Before we wrap up, I was curious, like, while you were going through this, like, you know, situation, how did faith play a role in all this?
That is an interesting question with a much longer answer, but
we've had conversations about it.
I think for me, I believe that there is a higher power looking out for me, for sure. And I think that the role, we all want to be more active sometimes than it is. And I think we kind of need to accept that, I don't know, there's joy in the good things and there's beauty in the bad things. And getting to a place where you can just see the beauty in all of it, the highs, the lows, the ugly, the good, the bad, your life is so much better. I think the last thing I will say is choosing to live your life in a way that we all know we should on a consistent basis is the most important part.
Yeah.
Because if you show up and you emulate those good morals and values, life is better, you feel better, the people around you feel better. And if everyone do that, all would be good. So those are my thoughts.
It's like Philippians 4. I've learned to be content in all circumstances.
Yeah. I love it. Well, dude, It's good catching up with you, man. Appreciate you
It's a
stopping
pleasure.
by and being the first ever certified cash flow investor.
There we go.
There we
Good
go.
job.
I love that.
Yeah.
First one.
Hey, where do
no,
people-
Grant's number 1. You're number 2.
Yeah.
That's not a bad number 2.
Yeah, Grant makes $1 million a month
Yeah. You gotta step your game up
in
now.
cash
That's
flow.
cool. That'd be cool.
That gives you a goal.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But hey, where can people find you? Or come to one of these cool
Instagram,
events.
YouTube. Yeah, all of it's on there. We do a couple events a year just to hang out with real estate investors.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
were out here in Vegas and St. George. They went racing Ferraris and other cool stuff.
Dang.
Chandler has like 10 cars. I don't know if you know that, Brian.
Wow.
And they're like, they ain't cheap cars.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. He's
Can I
balling.
have
That-
one? What?
That's cash.
Drive them
All right.
anytime.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a Porsche fan lately.
Really?
A lot more classics.
Yeah, he bought like 3
too.
Porsches
Bro,
this
I
month.
did see a video of you like adding seats to one of your cars one time.
Oh yeah.
Bro, he added, can you tell him really quick?
Well, so my wife, her husband Tyson had a Jeep and she always loved it. So for her birthday, I got her a Jeep, but we have 5 kids.
Yeah.
So in the back, we added 2 seats turned this way so we can put all 5 kids in the Jeep.
There we
They're
go.
like kids in the trunk.
How many cars do you have? Name them right now, just off the
Yeah,
whatever.
so
you
I've
can
got
think
a
of.
Suburban. We've got her Jeep. We've got a TRX. We've got a Raptor. We've got a Porsche Taycan. We have.
We bought our Taycans together. I forgot about that.
Damn.
Yeah,
And you still kept it?
We've got the Carrera T. We've got a 997. We've got
You just don't
the
sell.
Targa. We've got
Wow.
the back date.
This guy's a buy and hold guy for sure.
And
Insurance is through the roof.
Yeah.
oh, and then we got a mini truck. Yeah, do you know they won't insure all of them? You have to get insurance for every one. That's a real bummer.
What's your insurance bill
Yeah,
a
how
month?
much you-
I
How
don't
much
know.
cash flow does that eat? At?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you sell the cars? How come you don't sell any of the cars? You just want them?
Well, you buy the car because you want the car.
Yeah.
Why would you sell the car?
I feel like buy and hold is in his blood. For
I don't
sure.
like selling stuff.
He
No,
doesn't sell anything.
someone asked me how many rentals I've sold, and I've sold 2. Both of them I regret. I don't like selling.
Damn.
Yeah, just hold on.
Do you have a car that could fit your whole family?
Yeah, the Suburban.
Oh, it can?
Yeah.
Damn.
What about a Sprinter? You gonna get a Sprinter?
No, we refuse.
How many people could fit in the Suburban?
As many as we have.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've thought about this issue as our family grows, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I think a Sprinter's gonna have to be the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's we.
But why shouldn't I get a Sprinter? You
Uh,
don't like Mercedes, huh?
no. It's just big. It's bulky, and I just feel like it's not that cool.
How many
What if
people
you decked
fit
it
in
out?
your car?
That might be cool. No, so you got 3 in the back, 3 in the middle, 2 in the front.
I
Yeah,
thought you have.
That's 6 kids.
Oh, okay. I thought you had 7 kids. Okay.
6.
You have
Yeah.
6.
I was thinking though, I was like, man, I have so much invested in these cars, and I drive the Suburban the majority of the time with kids. So I got to like trick it out or something.
Get an
Yeah.
Escalade.
Yeah. Yeah, could do that.
That's pretty
I
cool.
really like I like how the Wagoneer looks.
Yeah, I've seen
I
it.
don't know that I like the Escalade look as much, but I don't know.
I've had one for 4 years. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
they're
a
cool
great
cars.
car.
I actually like the GMC, but
How do you not like how it looks? It's a Suburban. It's the same thing.
yeah, I don't know.
Like I like the GMC. It kind of reminds me of the Suburban.
Yeah, maybe I just feel bad I don't have one.
We did buy the Taycan together back in the day.
That was so fun. That was a
Yeah.
cool experience for me. We
Yeah.
just met each other, and Ryan's like, "I'm gonna buy a car," and I'm like, "Me too." Bet.
Yeah,
Let's
and
do
then,
it.
and then I was like, dude, I just found this sick deal on Taycans. He's like, how much? And he's like, that is cheap. I'll buy one.
Dang.
Can I tell you something? I've
Yeah.
wondered to this day if Ryan got a killer deal.
Yeah.
His, and mine not so much.
Yeah.
But I think no, you actually ended up not going with that guy and going with someone else, didn't you?
No, we both bought
We
the same
both
one.
same place. No,
Um,
I actually I'm joking, but I think I got a really good deal because you had negotiated.
I've negotiated them
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Mine did not turn out to be a killer deal when I sold it.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Ours-
realized
so
his
look-
loss.
That's why he holds.
No, that's what you hold. You
Yeah.
never have a. I love that car worth every dollar of the $150,000 I spent
Yeah.
on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
If I sell it, I'll be sad.
What's your favorite car ever?
That back date I just bought. It's essentially
What is a
a-
back date?
so-
I don't even know what that is.
think a 1988 Porsche, so a newer engine.
Yeah.
But then it's been backdated to look like one in the 60s. So it looks really cool.
Oh,
like a
But they've
Porsche.
upgraded the engine, the transmission. So it's kind of like a hot rod, but I love the body lines and the look of this
You
car.
got to send us a picture so people can see it.
Tesla. You sold that.
Yeah, I'm not a Tesla fan.
You don't like
And
Teslas?
that is one car I sold that did hurt.
that one depreciated quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I lost 20 grand and I owned it for like 3 months.
That it's so funny because now I love the Tesla and I know it's just the worst investment ever.
Yeah.
That's the thing though. It's not the worst investment. if you love it.
Ferraris too.
Yeah, I've moved through a lot. So I mean,
You
a
had
lot
Lambo.
of cars I've bought and sold, and then I fell in love with Porsche. Every one of those cars I listed is a Porsche, but I had a Lamborghini, I had a Ferrari, I had a C8, I had a.
What was the best supercar?
From perspective, people would say the Lamborghini was a lime green Lamborghini Huracan.
Yeah.
I think the best car I ever had was the GT3.
Mm.
That car is sick. It's a Porsche.
Yeah.
And that's the one I regretted selling, and then I bought all these other ones.
you went overboard.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you ever gonna buy like a Bugatti or something?
No.
A plane? You ever buy a plane?
No, I think I need to settle down. I think I'm happy with where we're at.
All right. Well, guys, it's good hanging out with Chandler.
It's a pleasure.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching the last episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you catch the next episode that's playing right now.